When you think of ninjas, you might think of this, or even this. But how about this? Close enough, right? There was a woman secretly living inside a grocery store sign for an entire year. Not camping on the roof, inside the sign itself. This isn't fiction, it happened in Midland, Michigan, and this stealthy woman was dubbed
the Rooftop Ninja.
It all came to light on April 2024 when contractors went up to do some routine maintenance, check the HVAC, maybe fix some wiring, and noticed something odd. A long orange extension cord snaking across the roof, plugged into the air conditioning unit, and leading into a small hatch behind the big store sign, expecting maybe a passed out maintenance worker, a drug den, or something darker. They opened it and found not a mess, but a furnished middle-class apartment. The space behind that sign was about 15 feet long, 5 feet wide, and 8 feet tall, and she had turned it into a functional home. She installed flooring, a small desk with a computer and printer, all running off that cord. She even had a coffee maker and somehow houseplants. Think about that. She kept plants alive inside a sign box. Without a fridge, she'd store food like hamburgers in a tote bag and press them up against the cold metal of the sign to chill them overnight. That's next level resourcefulness. And those who occasionally saw her described a woman in black, sometimes with a mask and ski goggles. Hence the Rooftop Ninja moniker. Not for disguise, she would say later, but because of sun allergies. Still, it added to the legend perfectly. When police and store managers found her, they weren't even angry. They were, quite frankly, impressed. Words like genius and organized came up again and again. Legally, there was no forced entry, no theft charges, just a trespass order. Because the store's biggest fear wasn't the electricity she technically stole, it was corporate liability. If she'd fallen, gotten electrocuted, they could have faced a massive lawsuit. When asked if she needed help by the police, she said no immediately. She already had a job lined up and a storage unit rented. Even at that moment, she had a plan. But the story doesn't end there. She told police she found the sign because it was an old safe spot, and there were several others around Midland, places known among the unhoused as hidden shelters. It makes you wonder, what other secret spaces might exist above us, inside signs or beneath bridges, whole invisible layers of our cities built from necessity and sheer ingenuity. This wasn't just survival. It was one woman's blueprint for dignity in impossible circumstances. The Rooftop Ninja, a quiet engineer of her own survival. She reminds us that resourcefulness is an art form. And in life, it's not just what you do, but also how you do it. When everyone else is thinking outside the box, the truly smart people are busy making coffee inside it. What's the most resourceful thing you've seen someone do lately? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'm Neilbert, and we've been Unimpressed.
There's a little gap with the YouTube channel. There's a little gap with the YouTube channel.